the most beautiful, blood-sucking demon in Europe, and the horrifying method she used to preserve her youth. This countess was also known as the bloodthirstiest woman of all time, and she became the prototype for countless horror films today, depicting merciless killings in the hope of eternal youth. The idea of rejuvenation is perhaps a legendary elixir that wealthy women of the past obsessed with the fear of aging and losing beauty sought after. According to various historical records from different regions and countries during the feudal era, this elixir came in many forms and methods. Naturally, they were all useless remedies born from illusions of defying nature's laws. Among those ancient methods to cling to youth, one in particular was shockingly gruesome and depraved, pursued relentlessly by one of the most beautiful noblewomen in Europe, bathing in the blood of virgins. And of course, to obtain this medicine, she was willing to kill countless young girls in her region. Even today, her name sends shivers down the spine. The learned and beautiful Countess of Europe. That noblewoman was Countess Elizabeth Bathory, also called the bloodthirstiest woman of all time. She is the model for countless horror movies, portraying merciless murders in the pursuit of eternal youth. Elizabeth Bathory was born in Hungary in 1560 into a royal noble family. Records state that from a young age, she possessed dazzling beauty, an ideal of European femininity at the time, with blue eyes, fair skin, golden hair, and an elegant, regal demeanor. She also had a brilliant mind and extensive knowledge that sparked envy in many. Elizabeth was especially skilled in languages, fluent in Latin, Greek, and German. At 15, she married nobleman Count Nadasti Ferenc, and together they lived in Cactus Castle. Her husband, a renowned Hungarian military leader, was famous for both his courage and brutality. Due to his duties, he was often away at war, leaving Elizabeth alone at the castle. Before her descent into bloodlust, she was adored by locals for her beauty, status, generosity, and intellect. But this admiration fed her obsession with beauty and power. An obsession with aging, the birth of the Blood Countess. Her enviable life continued until age 40, when she began noticing signs of aging hair loss, wrinkles, pale lips, and eyes losing their luster. Her husband's frequent absences made her believe that her fading beauty drove him away, and she feared losing public admiration. Determined to preserve her youth, she searched for a solution. One day, while a maid was combing her hair, the girl accidentally pulled too hard. In rage, Elizabeth slapped her so hard that the maid bled. A drop of blood splattered on Elizabeth's hand. Later, upon wiping it off, she noticed that the skin where the blood had touched looked smoother and more vibrant. That accidental discovery planted the seed of horrific crimes. She ordered her servants to collect the maid's blood so she could bathe in it. But when the tub wouldn't fill, she realized she needed more blood. Killing without mercy to bathe in virgin blood driven mad by her desire for eternal youth, she sent her servants out at night to hunt for blood specifically from virgins, which she believed was most effective. The abducted girls were stripped, bound, tortured, and drained of blood for Elizabeth's baths. If the victim was particularly beautiful, her blood was collected in a golden vessel, and Elizabeth would slowly drink it. She became the living embodiment of Dracula, convinced that blood was life, beauty, and everything. In 1609, she opened an academy in her castle, claiming it would help girls become more beautiful and give them a chance to escape poverty. 25 girls from poor families enrolled. None were ever seen again. Their blood fed Elizabeth's unholy ritual. Locals grew suspicious, but none dared accuse such a powerful woman. Exposure and the death of the Blood Countess eventually. After nearly all young women in the region had been killed, Elizabeth targeted daughters of noble families. It is estimated she murdered over 600 girls. Her downfall came when she carelessly ordered her servants to throw bodies over the castle wall, where villagers found them rotting. Upon Upon receiving reports of the stench and the bodies, the King of Hungary sent Count Thurzo Georgi Elizabeth's cousin to investigate. Soldiers stormed the castle and found corpses drained of blood, dying victims, and others hanging, awaiting their fate. The king demanded her execution, but Count Thurzo persuaded him to avoid scandal among the nobility. In 1611, the Royal Supreme Court tried Elizabeth. Because of her royal bloodline and her husband's military service, she was spared the death penalty, but sentenced to life imprisonment in her castle. 4 years later, on August 21st, 1614, Elizabeth died at the age of 54 after starving, herself never expressing a single word of remorse for her crimes.